Hi, this is Elizabeth and welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title of the video and the thumbnail that I do not have happy news to share today. My dad passed away. He passed away on June 9th, or as I prefer to say, he left his earthly body to go on the next stop of his spiritual journey. He was surrounded by family and his best friend in our house, and as these type of things go, I believe it was an incredibly beautiful and powerful experience. He died on his own terms, the way he wanted to, in his house with his family. He didn't want to be hooked up to machines and didn't want to be in the hospital. And we had put him on hospice about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks prior. And he was doing really well, and even the hospice people were rather surprised that the day before he passed, he just suddenly spiked a fever, and it was just downhill from there. But he had been doing extremely well, and they thought it would be about 6 months or so. But the day before he spiked the fever, he sat down with me and my sister, and he looked at us both intently, and he said, "I just need you to know I am really sick." And he was so serious, and we said, "Yeah, Dad, we know you're sick. We know, that's why we're, doing everything that we're doing for you right now." And he said, "No, you need to know I am really sick." And he was so intense, and his eyes were like burning holes in us. And that next evening, he spiked a fever, and by the next afternoon, he passed away. So I think he was trying to prepare us, and I know he was ready. The reason we put him on hospice was that he had started to become where he couldn't stand up on his own with the use of his walker, or, and we had to help him up to get to walk, and he didn't want to put us through that. And I know that was the majority of his decision to let go, is he felt he was being a burden, which he wasn't, but I understand where he was coming from. We're very fortunate to have him for several hours after he passed, to have individual time with him. I think it was especially important for the great-grandchildren, because they're so small, that they could see him before and after, and touch him and kiss him and hug him and talk to him, and he wasn't yanked away from him and it was like a surprise. "Oh, your grandpa's dead." It wasn't like that. And I know that has helped the kids through the grieving process a lot. It's helped us even as adults. I wanted to share that his life celebration was a wonderful day. We had the honor guard, and they presented the flag to my mother, because my dad was in the Navy. And that was so moving, and I had to speak right after that. So it was really hard to choke back the tears, but I really wanted to keep myself calm so that what I read, first of all, people would hear, because it was about my dad and I wanted them to hear it. And I did it, only choked up once. So I was really proud of myself, because I wanted to honor my dad. That was so important to me. The funeral director and the pastor who performed the service both said that it is rare to see a packed house for a 77-year-old's service. And we had almost 200 people there. In fact, not everyone fit inside. There was some overflow seating outside. So people of all ages, from all walks of my dad's life. It was really incredible. There was lots of love and lots of liveliness. I want to share what I said at the service because, again, It's like a permanent way to honor my father that, if I ever lose what I wrote, I have it on my video here. So, thank you for coming here today to celebrate the life of my dad, Burt Beech. In case you do not know me, I am his oldest, Elizabeth, aka Monkey Number 1. My dad was known for several things. His sense of humor. He was always up for making someone laugh, even if he was the butt of the joke. His charm. No wonder he did so well as a bartender in his early days. His charm came naturally. It was not a put on or a way to manipulate people. He genuinely wanted people to feel welcome and enjoy being around him. His dancing. If you were lucky enough to dance with him or watch him in action on the dance floor, please give a round of applause. And at this point, there was a lot of woo and clapping, because that was one of the main things that everyone remembers my dad for. His barbecue chicken. Again, if you experienced his specialty, it was something that you would not forget. The secret, aside from his marinade, was the beer he would throw over the chicken when it would inevitably catch fire while on the grill. His love of travel. Even though Dad was a truck driver for most of his life, he never tired of hitting the open road. He passed that love on to the rest of us in the family. We hear the words road trip, and we cannot get into the car fast enough. The Sunday before he passed, he took his last mini road trip to the beach. A traveler. Until the very end. His lack of patience. I always felt sorry for Dad. He was the super anti-procrastinator, but married a procrastinator and was the father to 4 procrastinators. And yes, I confess, I wrote this tribute to my dad this morning, and he would not be surprised. More than anything, Dad was known for loving his family. He and Mom have a love story for the ages. Whatever ups and downs they experienced, their love was always first and foremost. And they knew that would carry them through whatever life sent their way. Now, I have to keep this short and sweet because my dad liked things that way. He was always chop chop, let's get it over with. That's part of his lack of patience. So I'm going to end here with whatever word you knew him as: friend, colleague, cousin, uncle, brother, brother-in-law, father, or husband. They all translated to one word, and that word is love. Thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate all who have reached out to me, those of you who have seen it already on Instagram or on my Facebook about my dad. Thank you for those of you who have supported me and my channel and my family and the prayers. We truly appreciate all of you. And your prayers meant and mean so much to us. I hope to be back soon with a much happier video. But in the meantime, always remember to live greatly and live generously. Bye for now.